Yes, so good morning everyone. So we'll be continuing with the topic that we have discussed earlier as well, that is photosynthesis. So we'll do a recap of that and we'll be discussing upon that now in this class. So we'll be starting our lesson with this activity which you will be doing along with me. You will be trying to inhale and exhale and observe what changes are happening in your body, right? How will you inhale and how will you exhale? Yes, I hope you're trying to do that. You will be inhaling, taking your breath in, and exhaling, that is taking your breath out. So, you must have been knowing by now that when we are inhaling, we are inhaling a gas that is being termed as what it is being termed as? It is being termed as oxygen. We are inhaling oxygen. And when we are exhaling, what we are releasing, which gas it is? Yes, 2 seconds to you. Yes, so it is the gas we are exhaling is carbon dioxide basically. So please ignore the light that has just gone. I'll just turn on. Yes, I've just shifted the curtains. Yes, so while inhaling and exhaling, while inhaling, we are taking oxygen inside, and while exhaling, we are releasing the carbon dioxide outside. But what do you think will happen in this process that was being called as photosynthesis? We have already discussed this process before as well. Photosynthesis. Photo and synthesis. So, photo where means light. Yes, photo means light. And synthesis means photo means light. And synthesis means when we are creating something or generating something from that light. We are making something basically, right? So we'll be seeing that if in our case we are inhaling and exhaling different gases, then what happens in case of photosynthesis that occurs in plants. So the process by which green plants prepare their own food with the help of sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, and chlorophyll is known as photosynthesis. The process of photosynthesis. So sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water and chlorophyll are involved in the process of photosynthesis in case of plants. Yes, now you will be writing the conditions which are necessary according to you for photosynthesis. There will be four of them. We have just discussed what it should be. I'll be writing here as well with what you will be telling. Yes, the first thing that is necessary for plants will be sunlight, you would say. It will be sunlight. Sunlight, the first thing. The second thing will be water. Am I right? Is it water? Yes, so the second thing is water. Then the third thing is that is required, necessary, is carbon dioxide, CO2 basically. Carbon dioxide, CO2. And the fourth thing that we have just discussed is chlorophyll. That is the pigment, chlorophyll pigment. Chlorophyll, which is the pigment that is required by plants to make their food. So I hope now this is clear to all of you. So now we'll be doing experiment. I hope you can see what was written on the screen. I'll just zoom it for you to see. Yes. So the first one was sunlight, then there is water, then carbon dioxide, and lastly there is chlorophyll. That is the green pigment that is present in plants basically. Yes. So again we'll be discussing about these things. So we'll be discussing about the experiments which are conducted to show that what things are necessary for photosynthesis and how will it be proven that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis, right? We'll be checking that. So in this experiment there is this plant and there is this aluminium foil that we are having. Yes. So we'll just make a leaf here, right? So if we cover that leaf, with this aluminium foil, if I say that this sunlight is necessary, this sunlight is necessary for the plant to make the starch, that is the reserve food material that is present in plant, basically that is sugars. Basically they will form starch when combining. So this sunlight is necessary for sugars that will be formed after the process of fertilization, after the process of photosynthesis. Sorry. So, what you say? If I cover this part of the plant, part of the leaf with the coil, or with the foil, basically aluminium foil, then how do you think that it will be able to produce those sugars? Because it is not able to now receive the sunlight. I'm not saying that it is necessarily the case the the sunlight is necessary for plants, but if I say that it is necessary for plants, then do you think this reason which I have covered will be able to make the sugars that will be formed as a result of when plant will uptake the sunlight? What do you think? It will be able to do that or not? Yes. So yes, this the part of the leaf which was covered and hidden from sunlight does not contain starch, but the part of the leaf which was exposed to sunlight contains starch. So this experiment that was done while we were covering the part of the leaf with the foil. So this experiment showed that the part of the leaf which was covered with sunlight, covered with the foil, was not able to form starch, which is a reserved food material present in plants, made of sugars that is created as a process of photosynthesis. But the plant part that was not covered, or would say that the leaf part which was uncovered from the foil, or not covered from the foil, that made the starch, and therefore we conclude the sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. And for the above experiment, we actually get two conclusions. That is, sunlight is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. That is the first conclusion, that sun was there. So sunlight is necessary. And second is, leaves make starch as food by photosynthesis. So starch, 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 that is the reserve food material in case of plants. Starch is made by, just like in case of animals, what is the reserve food material in case of animals? If we talk about ourselves, we also have glucose, and what it will be converted into. So I'll give you 2 seconds for that if you want to answer this question, if you remember it. Yes, so if we talk about animals, or we can say the humans, the reserve food material is glycogen. And if you talk about plants, the reserve food material is in the form of starch. So they are forming starch in the presence of sunlight, and in the location that is leaves. I hope this is clear to you. Now we have this other experiment in front of us. I'll just show the little bit so that it will be more clear. Yes, so basically what we did, this is just discussing the process that we have. So in this, they're just showing that we already discussed that in this they have this beaker, and there is this burner, the water is boiling, and the green leaf is present in the water, and there they are adding iodine to that leaf, which was covered, the part of the leaf was covered with it. There they have dropped the iodine solution, which will check the presence of starch, whether the starch is present or not. Then all the other part of the leaf turned blue because there was starch present in it, but the part which was covered with the foil, aluminium foil, that was not turning blue because there was no starch present in it. That is, from that we came to know that starch was not present in the area that was covered with the foil basically. Yes, now we have this. I'll just adjust this a bit so it will be more clear to you. Yes. Now first we'll look into this situation, that what is written here. So part of the leaf covered with aluminium foil not exposed to sunlight. Now the potted plant having green leaves basically, and part of the leaf exposed to sunlight. So here this is the part of the leaf that is exposed to sunlight, and this is the part of the leaf that is hidden from the sunlight with the help of aluminium foil, right? So they have just used alcohol, added alcohol in the small beaker which was made to boil with the use of the water bath, right? And after that there was discoloration. This colored leaf was there after it was boiled. Chlorophyll was removed from the leaf with the help of boiling, and then chlorophyll being removed from the green leaf by boiling in alcohol basically with the help of water bath. Then this iodine was released. Iodine drop by drop iodine was kept dropped on the leaf, and there we have seen that starch was present in the part where which was not covered with the aluminium foil, and it was not present in the part which was covered with the aluminium foil. So this proves that the sunlight is necessary for a plant, for a leaf to produce starch. Now we'll move forward towards the next experiment, which is experiment to show that carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. Because carbon dioxide is present in air, so we'll be looking at if we keep a plant in the bottle where there is no air present, then will the plant survive or not? And what do you think according to you if I'll just transfer, I just make this into the other thing that we just require now. Yes, so we have this flower, we have this leaf that is there, right? I'll just remove it. Yes, now there is no foil. Now we are keeping this leaf into a bottle, you can see, into a flask basically. Yes, now we have kept this into a flask to to know whether the carbon dioxide which is present in air is necessary for the process of photosynthesis or not. Yes, so we'll be moving forward with this experiment. Yes, so the upper part of the leaf, the upper part of the leaf, yes, so the upper part of the leaf, which was outside the glass bottle having carbon dioxide around it, turns black blue on adding iodine solution, showing that iodine is present in this upper half of the leaf. From this observation, we conclude that photosynthesis takes place in the presence of carbon dioxide, right? In other words, carbon dioxide is necessary for the process of photosynthesis to take place. Yes, so we have seen that the part which are kept in the KCl, or we can say right, the in the bottle, that was not able to produce, like that was not able to react to the iodine solution, while the part which was kept outside was able to react toward the iodine solution, which proved that the carbon dioxide is necessary for the process of photosynthesis, just like sunlight. Yes, now this is the question that you'll need to answer now. That is, the first is, the upper part of the leaf turns black on adding which solution? I'll give you 10 seconds to think upon this and to write your responses in the comment section below. Sorry. Yes, so the upper part of the leaf turns blue-black on adding iodine solution. So because it detects the presence of starch that is in the leaves which was uncovered and is kept open. Yes. Now we'll be doing a quick recap of what we have studied today, and you will be answering some of the questions, and then we'll be moving on towards the homework that we'll be having. Yes. So if we talk about the recap, so today we have discussed about the process, like in humans there is this process that is called as inhale and exhale. So breathing process, basically we are inhaling the oxygen and we are exhaling the carbon dioxide. In the same way, plants also have this process, that is they are inhaling the carbon dioxide and they are exhaling the oxygen, which is in turn used by us humans and us animals, the animal species. So if you talk about other than that, we have discussed about the process, how the process of photosynthesis happens, and what are the major necessary factors which are responsible for the process of photosynthesis. And then we also discussed about the experiment which proves the presence, the importance, or we can say the how the different factors are necessary for the process of photosynthesis or not. Just like first we have discussed about the experiment where the leaf was kept under the foil and it was not able to respond to the starch experiment, the part that was kept under the foil, aluminium foil. It did not give results, positive results to the starch experiment because there was no starch present in the part of the leaf which was kept hidden from the sunlight. So which proves that sunlight is necessary for the photosynthesis process. And in the next experiment we have seen that we have kept the leaf part under the in the area where there is no air, or we can say where there is no carbon dioxide which is required by the plant for the process of photosynthesis. There also the area which was covered, it did not react to the starch, or you can say the iodine experiment, the iodine test that we did in the last, which will detect the presence of starch in the area of the leaf. So we concluded that both carbon dioxide and sunlight are necessary for the process of photosynthesis in plants through these two experiments. So you will be giving answers to these questions that are there in front of you. Yes. So I'll be giving you 10 to 20 seconds to respond to every question that is written here. So for the first question is, name the process by which plants make food. This is the easiest because this is the second lesson we are discussing about photosynthesis. That is the process, that is the name of the process which plant use to make food. I already given the answers. So that is the process that is being used by plants to make food is photosynthesis. Now you will be defining this process. That the first answer was pretty easy, so you will be defining the process of photosynthesis. I'll give you 20 seconds to do that. Yes, we have seen how photosynthesis happens in plants and what are the important factors that are required for the process of photosynthesis. Yes, so the process of photosynthesis is the process by which plant will intake the necessary ingredients, basically the necessary components that is required for the process. In this, the plant will intake the sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide, and the certain parts of the plant, that is chlorophyll, stomata, that are required for the process of photosynthesis. And in this process, in turn, the oxygen and sugars, that is starch, will be produced in the end. That is all about the process of photosynthesis. And the third question is about that in the half leaf experiment which we have studied of photosynthesis, potassium hydroxide solution is used because, yes, now what we wanted to do when we did that potassium hydrochloride solution, we kept the leaf in the potassium hydroxide solution. What were we intending to check at that time? In the second experiment we did it. In the diagram it was shown that this solution was kept. What was the experiment and what were we doing in that experiment? First, it provides oxygen to the leaf. Second, it provides moisture to the leaf. Third, it helps in carbon dioxide fixation. And fourth, it absorbs carbon dioxide. So what is the correct answer out of these? Yes. In the second experiment, we were trying to check whether the carbon dioxide is necessary for the process of photosynthesis or not. So the correct answer for this question should be that it absorbs carbon dioxide, because we have seen that after the the potassium hydroxide have absorbed the carbon dioxide from that part of the leaf. Then that part of the leaf gave negative results toward the iodine test, because there was no starch present in it. So if there is no carbon dioxide, starch will not be formed. So we can say this component is also necessary for the process of photosynthesis. Then we have this true or false statements which you will be giving response to which. So the statement first is that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. Yes, you will be writing your answers in the comment section. We have done this experiment, whether the experiment was correct, stating that sunlight is necessary, or is it stating that sunlight is not the necessary part for component for photosynthesis process. Yes, I'll give you 5 to 10 seconds for that. Yes, so we will say that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis, just like we had covered the part of this leaf with the aluminum foil so that it won't receive any sunlight. So that part of the leaf also gave negative result towards the iodine test. So we came to know that sunlight is also necessary for the process of photosynthesis. And the statement 2 that is there is that leaves make starch as food by photosynthesis. Now all this time I have been calling this name starch, starch, starch. Now you will be telling what the starch is, and that are leaves making starch as food by photosynthesis or not. Yes, so this statement is true that leaves are making starch, which is sugars, as food by the process of photosynthesis by utilizing carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. So that is done. That is it for the recap today, and I'll be giving you some homework questions which you'll be doing in your home, and an activity which you'll be performing in your homes. Yes. So the homework is that question 1 you will be doing that how does carbon dioxide from the air enter the leaves of a plant to be used in photosynthesis. You will be finding out and writing these answers in your notebook, that how the carbon dioxide from the air enters the leaves of a plant to be used in photosynthesis. I have told this answer in the during the lecture as well, that there were these structures that are present in the leaves which help in trapping the carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere. And the second question is, you will name the various factors which affect the rate of photosynthesis in plants. Now this is something you'll have to search about. You will be finding this out by on your own, that I'll be checking whether you were able to do that or not. So you will be naming the various factors which affect the rate of photosynthesis in plants. Then the activity which you need to do is, yes, you will take two potted plants other than green plants of the same kind. Keep one in dark or in a black box, we can say, for 72 hours and the other in sunlight. Perform iodine test with the leaves of both the plants. Record your iodine is nothing but salt solution basically. You will record your result. Now leave the pot which was earlier kept in the dark in the sunlight for 3 to 4 days and perform the iodine test again on its leaves. Now you will be recording your observations in your notebook. Yes. So what we are doing is we are taking two plants, we are keeping the one in dark and the other in the sunlight, and performing the iodine test on that plant. And then what the plant we have kept in the dark, we are then again we are again keeping it in the sunlight for 3 to 4 days, and then again we are performing the iodine test experiment, and then we will be observing the observations that will be looking at in our notebooks. So I'll be checking your homework that you'll be doing. You can send your observations in the comment section after you are done with this. So thank you class, thank you for today. This is it that we have done for today. We'll be meeting again in the next class with a new interesting topic. So till then, stay happy and healthy. Session is going to end soon now. Yes.